Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Renaissance with Swati. And today I have a very special guest with me, Parag Jain, who's a product and partner manager with Harman. Parag is an alumni of IIT and XLRI, and he has worked with multiple big corporate companies. Parag has faced a lot of battles in his life, and he has come out of each battle so successfully that, all of us who know him, we are so inspired because he literally proved that nothing is impossible for a willing heart. And thanks, Parag, for that. Thanks for inspiring all of us. How are you doing today?
Pleasure is mine. Thanks, Swati. And I'm happy to be there, delighted to be there on the platform.
Yeah. Uh, Okay. So Parag, my first question would be, a lot of students these days struggles that, we should be going for MBA or not. They just think of it as a lucrative degree and they don't know which domain of HR to go. They just think that, after our graduations, we have to do MBA because this is what is in. So why did
Yes.
you do MBA? Did you always know that you wanted to work in the sales and marketing areas?
Uh, there are two perspectives to it. First thing is why did I did my MBA? Pursuing an MBA was a strategic decision for my skills to enhance my business acumen and leadership on the same
Hmm.
level.
Right.
I've been drawn to this dynamic nature of sales and marketing. Second point, where every day presents a new, you can say, challenge and opportunity
Right.
to learn.
Right.
Uh, it's a field that requires creativity, strategic thinking, and deep understanding of consumer behavior. And
Mm-hmm.
that brought me to this fair. And all of this I find is really stimulating and just uh, bring out behavior for myself.
Okay. So, Parag, any advice for students, who are struggling to choose whether they should go for an MBA or not? Any advice for those people?
So, advice will be just stay true to yourself, and the goodwill will happen for itself. That is my
Okay.
advice to them.
Okay, that's nice. Okay. So, Parag, as we all know that today's market is very fragile, people are being fired and being a good leader, we don't know right now. We are confused, whether we should choose a lucrative job, a lucrative role, a lucrative company, or should we stick to a
Yeah,
good leader, because in the end we have to work with the leader himself. So as you are a leader, I wanted to ask you, what should we choose, a good job or a good leader?
yeah. You correctly mentioned that in today's fragile market, I believe it's not choosing about the right job or the right good leader, right? Rather, you have to find a balance between a leader, a good job, and a good leader, right? A good job provide financial stability, professional growth, but
Right.
at the same time, a good leader inspires or motivates you, where you can grow personally and both professionally. So I
Right, of
think
course.
both are crucial for fulfilling career from your side.
Okay. That's a good advice, yeah. So, Parag, what do you think today's leaders, what mistakes are they making due to which, the retention rates in the companies are decreasing every day? What can we do to correct it?
Yes, yeah. I see in today's world, right? As a leader myself, I observe that many other leaders today are focusing on short-term goals, that
Okay.
they are often enjoying the benefits at the expense of the employees, employee
Mm-hmm.
self well-being and satisfaction at the same time.
Okay. Okay.
So I feel that this results in high churn rate and
Mm-hmm.
high turnover rates at the same time. So leaders, I believe, should understand that the team is most valuable asset, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they should provide a inclusive, supportive, and motivating environment at the same time, so that the talent can be retained at their front and their
Right.
side,
Right.
and at the same time, churn can be reduced as well.
Right. So, what do you think, Parag? In order to maintain the work-life balance of an employee, leaders like you, what kind of things do you do so that, the churning, like you said, is reduced and we maintain a good work-life balance and still get the outputs that we want?
I think my advice to all the leaders out there would be that to lead with example, to lead with
Mm-hmm.
empathy and authenticity at the same time, right? Understand that your team is built up of resources, not a mechanical well-being.
Right.
That
Right.
each individual has its own unique strengths and
Right.
challenges at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to encourage some open communication in your team so that
Okay.
people are more
Okay.
vocal,
Right.
right? You have to provide constructive feedback because that is what
Mm-hmm.
uh, will, you can
Mm-hmm.
say, enhance their capability,
Right.
enhance their well-being as well at the same time. And most importantly, you have to lead by example because
Mm.
people see and they will follow the same thing. So
Of
you
course.
have to just be, you can say, a figure to them, and you have to lead by
Right.
example. And so
Right.
that your actions at the end of the day will inspire other and bring out best potential and best thing from their side.
That is really nice. That's wonderful advice. So, Parag, for people like me, when I joined the IT industry, I didn't know that I want to go into leadership because I didn't do an MBA. So, I didn't know whether I want to go for leadership or not. But as soon as my career grew from technology, I realized, I want to go into leadership. So, for people like us who are not MBAs, but who still want to become good leaders, any advice for people, the budding leaders out there?
So, what is Swati? What I feel is for the people, because doing an MBA, not doing an MBA is not really a challenge. But I feel that because what I feel is whatever you want to treat yourself to, right? You should wish to start treating your other self as well. So that is the best
Okay.
advice at this point of moment I
Okay.
can feel. Whatever you feel, right? Whatever you think that you should be treated, you should treat others as well. So that will
Mutual.
be providing a level playing
Yeah.
field to both of us.
Right. No, that is good, because once we give respect to other, only then others will respect us. Once we
Yes.
trust others, only
Yes.
then others will trust us. So it's a
Exactly.
two-way
Exactly.
game, not a one-way game.
Exactly. Exactly.
Nice, nice. So Parag, you have literally fought for your life, so many years back, and you faced so many challenges, and it was a very difficult phase for you and your family. So how did you come out of that? What motivated you, and what, let you get up again and get out there in the field again? What was there? What strength or motivation did you have to go out there again?
My fight for life was indeed a challenge affair, a challenging phase at the same time. Uh, However, I believe that adversity and the bad moments is the best teacher for anyone to be there, right? It taught me resilience, patience, and power of positive mindset at the same time, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I motivated myself by focusing on my goals, creating small victories, and reminding myself of my strengths and capabilities. That is
Right.
the, you can say, that will bring the best out of anyone else out
Right,
there.
right. So, did that fight for life actually made you realize that, our families or ourselves at the end of the day is much more important than, working? Because obviously work is important, money is important, but in the end, we
Yes.
have to do something for ourselves also. So, did that fight for your life made you realize that, which one to give more importance to?
Yes. So one thing I realized from that moment, Swati, the thing is, I give too much time to my work and to my, you can say, to my work environment. But I feel post that extent that the work-life balance is must, right? You have to give equally weightage to your life, to yourself as well, right? So that is the, you can see, that is the lesson which I will keep it for myself from that, you can say,
Right,
big incident in my life,
right,
and
right.
that is a takeaway from that.
No, that's really nice. We should be prioritizing us because, a company can replace us within a day. People are being fired within a day. But then until we are skilled enough that we know our true potentials and that,
Yeah.
wherever we go, we can bloom, we can grow. Till the
Yes.
time we have that confidence, we can grow anywhere. and we don't
Yeah.
need to actually rely on one company or the other, and we'll be
Yeah.
more confident in that sense.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Agree.
So, Parag, my next question is that you have two beautiful sons, and I'm sure they must be inspired to grow up, they must be seeing your struggles and they would like to grow up like you. So, when they
Mm.
grow up, when they watch this podcast, what do you want them to get as a takeaway from this podcast? What should they be advised? Any advice for your sons when they grow up?
Yeah, to my sons, right? So I want to lead by example, right? Like what I mentioned. To my sons, my advice will be to always stay curious, be kind to others, and never afraid of making mistakes. Right? People just think
Mm-hmm,
otherwise. If this gentleman or this lady will pull up my, we can say, pull up my false being, right?
mm-hmm,
To pull my mistakes. Uh,
mm-hmm.
People are sometimes afraid of it. I'm saying
Right.
that to your mistakes. If your stance is not right, right, admit it. That is the
Mhm.
biggest thing which I learned so far.
Okay.
Mistakes are stepping stones for any learning and growth. I
Mhm.
hope that you strive to best of yourself, and not just
Mhm.
professionally, but also personally.
Okay.
And remember that success is not just about excelling in what you do, right? But also impact others' life. So that is
Hmm.
the biggest lesson, and I'd want my sons to follow the same.
No, I understand this is really meaningful. First of all, admitting that if you did something wrong, then admitting that, you did something wrong, because that makes you realize also what mistakes you did and you learn from it. And it makes you humble, it makes you kind. And then again, you become kind to other people as well due to this.
Mm.
So that is a beautiful
Yes,
advice. And then, yes, we should not be looking at our growth only professionally, but on a
yes,
personal level also. We should be
yeah,
growing up as good individuals overall.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Parag. Any other advice that you want to give to our viewers or our listeners, who want to have an advice from a good leader or great leader like you?
So I will just only leave with one liner: stay hungry, stay foolish. Right? There's no barrier to learn. Right? At any age, at any instance, the life throws the chances for you to learn. So again, stay hungry and stay foolish.
That's nice. That's really nice. Thanks, Parag. Thanks a lot for your valuable time today. It was wonderful talking to you. And I really hope that, every one of those who listen to you today will be really inspired and motivated by your journey. Thank you so much for being my guest and have a really good
Yeah.
day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, Swati.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.